my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing 5, 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and see a beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life. And if you wanna
I've been in here and people are roaring with laughter, so...
It's a dirty show, though.
Well, it's clean dirt.
Forgive me, but the best restaurants of the world are here in Vegas. I mean, you have here the best of the best.
Yes.
So we have many celebrities here. The Harley Madison come over here, and Usher come over here many often, and the Paris Hilton come here, and Britney Spears came over here like 2 weeks ago.
Boy, I'm dating myself, but it's okay. Nobody else will. Oh.
That's so Vegas. Well, hello. This is Christine McKellar, the host of That's So Vegas here at WCOBM, and I have a very interesting guest here today, a man who's been called, and I quote, the most interesting man in Las Vegas, and also who's noted as, well, I'm going to let you describe it. I'd like to introduce all of you to Branden Powers.
Hello, how's everyone doing today? I'm also described as the founding father of the rave scene in North America.
That is amazing.
It's pretty crazy,
Yeah.
the story behind it.
Well, could you clue us in? I'm all ears.
Well, I grew up in Bakersfield, California. Don't hold that against me.
I was going to rave about that.
And I used to throw illegal outlaw parties during the 80s when I was in high school that were basically alcohol-based events out in fields and different locations throughout Bakersfield.
Is there a statute of limitations on that, or?
Yeah, hopefully there is.
Uh-huh.
And I was kind of like an old moonshiner, if you will, of yesteryear or whatever, that led me into doing outlaw events, which became raves. And
Interesting.
I was one of the founding fathers of that whole rave, the whole rave scene in North America.
Okay, for some of the people here that are viewing us that might not be from, well, you might be older and not know, what is a rave? Can you quickly define that?
Rave generally, in the beginning, was an underground type event that a lot of people would gather and listen to electronic music, techno back in the day, and then house music and so forth. And generally, they have a drug element. They're drug-based, similar to what was going on in the 60s with the hippies. It's a counterculture movement. Now it's a lot more commercial.
So is that like a mosh pit, or that's when people just fly on to, that's a whole separate thing?
That's actually my other roots, which is in punk rock. I used to be a punk rock kid and played in punk rock bands. And
nice.
So that's more of a punk rock thing, but people go to raves or undergrounds or these kind of festivals now, and they dance, and they jump up and down, but I don't know if they're really jumping on each other.
Yeah, and nowadays people just fall off the stage.
Right.
I've seen a couple of those things. Let me ask you something, because we do have a lot to talk about.
Sure.
You worked at the Hard Rock for a while, promoting shows and things of that nature, and now you're with the Golden Tiki in Chinatown.
Yeah, I just opened a lounge, a tiki bar called the Golden Tiki in Chinatown, Las Vegas. It's on Spring Mountain and Valley View. And it's similar to the tiki bars that would pop up around, well, tiki culture and tiki bars started in the 30s, but became really popular in the 50s, and I brought it all back. So it's a really interesting space. It's a really interesting environment. It's very similar to the Enchanted Tiki Room at Disneyland.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Mixed with the Jungle Cruise, mixed with a lot of interesting elements. So.
And do you specialize in banquets, or do you have a full daily menu? Or
yeah, we specialize in cocktails.
Yum.
So everyone on the Strip are generally your Red Bull vodka kind of people. We're about tiki drinks and rum and that whole culture of the cocktail. So it's a little bit older of an environment. It's for people that want to come have a conversation like we're doing, and and spend a night where the music's not making your ears bleed.
Oh,
And,
that would be a refreshing.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that's.
you can totally, it's
Uh-huh.
totally a great environment that's very conducive for that. And you can have birthdays, you can have special events, you can have corporate events.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you have a particular type of food on the menu? Is it like poo-poos or Polynesian or?
Yeah, we're going to be adding some poo-poo platters before our
Great.
grand opening, which is on the 26th
Of this month?
of this month. Yes,
Great.
of August. And we're going to have some food items, but we're in a shopping center that has a lot of great food.
Right.
There's Pho Kim Long. It's
You said
Vietnamese.
it.
Yeah. Not allowed to drop the F-bomb. He got silent here all of a sudden.
It's
A lot
okay.
of great places in that shopping center.
I
so
love that area.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's great.
And, again, two things that you said that I know a lot of people are going to be happy about is a place where you can actually talk to somebody without having to yell. I don't know where that trend came from,
Yeah.
but it was a marked trend where the music, even in a family dining establishment, the music's
It's
so loud,
terrible.
you're like,
It's
we'd be sitting
terrible.
on each other's lap.
There's people that flooded Las Vegas about a decade ago that had really no clue, and they created all these places that are just ridiculous. So I went off the strip, and so I invite all the rookies and all the 21-year-olds can stay on the strip. I invite all the people that are older, that want to have a
Cooler.
good time, cooler,
Yeah.
want to have actually a real cocktail, and
Good food, good company.
Yeah, so it's a great place. It'll be
Well,
great. It's a great place.
So when you were at the Hard Rock, because that was one of the places, but I think that was okay with remember the center bar? They took that out, by the way.
Yeah,
But I remember when it opened, and the music was loud in there. But what do you expect? You're at the Hard Rock.
yeah, the Hard Rock when it opened, and when I was there, it was a pretty good place. It's had a lot going for it. It just seems like have lost their way a little bit. So
People change, and
Yeah.
Were you in charge of promotions? Was that?
I was the creative director at the Hard Rock, so I brought a lot of interesting elements while I was there. My hands were a little bit tied because of the owners. The bank was very conservative that owned it, but
Well,
it is
there you
what
go.
it is.
It's corporate, and it all
Yeah.
kind of falls down. And speaking of which, you're kind of known as a maverick in marketing because you have taken.
Yeah,
You don't
well-
look at it from a corporate or how many degrees you have perspective. You look at it more.
I'm
with
an
some-
out-of-the-box kind of thinker. I started the whole rave scene thing with $500 and some Kinko's flyers. Really good at guerrilla marketing, really good at creating trends, really good at word of mouth and leveraging my marketing. So that's what I'm known as.
Well, that's great, and it sounds like you've kind of found a home with the tiki thing. You have you've got to go visit their page because I love that whole pirate story on your homepage.
Yeah, go to thegoldentiki.com.
Oh, absolutely. And there's a story about a pirate, which I was going to pick your brain a little bit about.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that when we come back.
Oh, that's a good idea. And you know what? I had a perfect lead in to my sponsor when we mentioned the Hard Rock.
Oh, yeah, what was that?
Well,
Hopefully
I
they're
am
not your
sponsored. I'm sponsored by the Red Roof Inn, which is across the street. It
Oh,
used to be
yes.
the Comfort Inn, and years ago it was the Ambassador.
It's my
Inn.
favorite hotel.
Seriously, yeah, they have free Wi-Fi.
I love it.
Yeah, could you walk in and get the free complimentary breakfast?
Is that the one with the
With the carriage.
The carriage.
Yes.
And the guy in the box. He's like in the
Yes.
Pope Mobile
Well,
box.
they had to put him in a glass box because
Yeah.
people were climbing on his lap and doing.
He's amazing.
On that note, no,
Yeah.
they were just really being weird with him.
That guy's
so.
awesome.
Yeah, but they are my sponsor for the month.
Thank you,
and,
Red
yeah,
Roof
We
Inn.
love you, Red Roof. So we are going to take a break here in just
Sounds
one
good.
minute. We
Okay.
still have a minute.
Okay, what can we do?
Well, I want to know, and we're probably going to have to cut it off, but we'll be back, is the most interesting man in Vegas. That kind of reminds me, am I not right about the commercial with the
Yeah.
suave, sophisticated guy?
I've been labeled that, and I kind of been running with that, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of wearing on me, I guess.
Oh, yeah, it's a heavy crown to wear.
It is a heavy cross
Yeah.
to bear. I need somebody else to carry that title.
You could pass the scepter.
Vegas needs more interesting people, please.
Well, but now that we have an interesting meeting place, which the Golden Tiki.
That's true.
It sounds like that. And again, that is in Chinatown, which everybody loves. But a lot of people don't even know that. I'm not talking about Las Vegas. The show goes all over the world.
Yes.
But there's a very nice Chinatown here.
I
in
love
Las Vegas.
Chinatown. I'm a big Chinatown supporter.
Excellent. Well,
Chinatown is the future.
and I think I kind of like that. So we'll be back. And again, I'm with Branden Powers, the most interesting man in Vegas formerly. Don't go away. We'll be back.
Thanks.